15 photos Ivanka Trump doesn't want the world to see. Lap dance. Okay, there's absolutely nothing wrong with a daughter and father being really close with each other. But as we all know, Ivanka and Donald have a relationship that borders on the creepy side. It doesn't help that the president-elect has already made it known that if Ivanka weren't his daughter, he would probably date her. Yes, he actually said this on national TV in front of millions of viewers. Anyway, moving on, this photo of Ivanka and her dad should have been burned immediately after the film was developed at their local CVS. This candid photo was taken at the family's Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida while the Beach Boys were performing for the family and their friends. Out of all the empty chairs on the estate, Ivanka decided to park it right on her dad's lap. Okay, a daughter sitting on her dad's lap. No big deal, right? This photo wouldn't have raised eyebrows if it weren't for the fact that 15-year-old Ivanka appears to be shaking and grooving a little too much, giving the appearance of a lap dance. To make matters even worse, Donald's then-wife, Marla Maples, is seated off in the distance. And check out the guy in the colorful sweater. His facial expression says it all. He's as equally disturbed as the rest of us. 14. The before and after. Plastic surgery is no big deal for the rich and famous. When you have an endless flow of cash, tweaking your body parts to deal with your own insecurities is just a part of life. If you have the money to do so, why not go in for a little nip and tuck to make yourself feel better? Ivanka has never confirmed that she has gone under the knife, but this before and after picture definitely confirms that she has had some work done on her face. In the side-by-side photo, you can see that her nose has been altered, as well as her chin. Rumors also suggest the former model had a breast augmentation. Whether she did or didn't have plastic surgery, we're definitely digging her after picture more than the before, but these are definitely two pictures Ivanka would never want anyone to see. 13. Getting handsy. Yikes. So weird, so strange. This picture taken at the Republican National Convention looks like it can be harmless, but considering the other photos we have seen of Ivanka and Donald, we just had to include this awkward photo on the list. Ivanka had just finished up her speech, and her father approached her for a hug. Instead of perhaps wrapping his arms around her shoulder or even her mid-back, he went straight for her hips to bring her in closer. Is it just me, or are the hips off limits for any male relatives? It takes the casual hug from loving to straight up creepy. But this is the norm for Ivanka and Donald, and it's apparent that anything goes with the Trumps when it comes to public displays of affection. And then there's the look on Donald's face. Are his eyes closed, or is he eyeing up his daughter? We're unsure, and at this point, we'd rather not even know. 12. The Tush. Well, it looks like getting handsy is something that runs in the family. Donald isn't the only one who likes to put his paws in inappropriate places while out in public. Paparazzi snapped this photo of Ivanka on vacation with her husband, Jared Kushner. The couple has been married since 2009, and they have 3 children together. It's nice to see that after all these years, they still appear to be very much in love, and they just can't keep their hands off of each other. While going for a stroll, Ivanka took cues from her pops and placed her hands right on Jared's tush. I'm going to cut Ivanka a little bit of slack for this one. Sometimes, you see a butt so perky that you can't help but to give it a little spank. But we're pretty sure if she could get this picture wiped clean from the internet forever, she would. 11. What about Melania? Donald took a picture with his wife and his daughter, and if we didn't know any better, we would think Ivanka was the wife and Melania was the daughter. While the two ladies get their sms on, aka smiling with their eyes, Donald only has his eyes on one thing, Ivanka. Now, I'm no body language expert, But the way he's leaning towards Ivanka shows his love for her, and the way he's pulling away from Melania proves that she's definitely the third wheel in this entire situation. But to up the creep factor, Donald is photographed mid-kiss with his lips puckered up like he plans on inhaling Ivanka for dinner. The look on Ivanka's face says it all. She looks embarrassed and caught off guard by her dad's antics, but we're sure she has to be used to his strange behavior at this point. 10. Bad outfit choice. We're going to take a break from the creepy father-daughter dynamic between Donald and Ivanka and put the focus on this disastrous outfit choice the entrepreneur was photographed in. The year was 2006, and Ivanka was 25 years old and ready to get loose at a Halloween party at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. I'm not quite sure what she's dressed up as. Maybe she's channeling her mother circa 1970 because this outfit, that hair and that makeup, is a hell no. Ivanka typically nails most of her looks, but the style she was going for at this event was a complete fail. Her cheeks are just a little too rosy, her hair is giving me Dolly Parton, and is that a bump in her hair? Wow. Just tragic. 9. Hard at work. We all make mistakes, some of us more than others. Most of us have been caught in uncompromising positions and photographed at unflattering angles. The only difference between us and Ivanka is she actually agreed to this photo, and she actually thought this mess would be a good idea. In 2007, Harper's Bazaar reached out to her for an interview and a photo shoot to discuss her business ventures. Then, someone at the publication must have convinced her that this photograph was a good idea, because she looks poised and comfortable, and she's handling the jackhammer like a boss. The bathing suit and heels are just a little too much, and they push this photo from glam to kitschy. But let's face it, Ivanka is rocking this outfit and her body looks great, but you know she has to be embarrassed when she looks back at this picture. Let's just hope Donald doesn't have this photo hanging up in his house somewhere. 8. Hating life. At an early age, Ivanka frequently accompanied her mom to many exclusive events and industry parties. Most of the time, Ivanka looked more than happy to be there. She would be dressed in the priciest designer fashions while smiling alongside her mom in every single photograph. But in this photo, it looks like someone caught Ivanka on a bad day. While her mom appears to be having the time of her life, Ivanka is hating life. Seriously, look at that scowl. If looks could kill, we'd all be RIP at this point. Maybe she was upset she was forced to wear a hot pink silk dress. Or maybe she was ticked off that her mom got her hair styled in a bouffant with her makeup impeccably done while she was forced to show up to the event makeup-free with a messy ponytail. Wouldn't you be angry, too? 7. Really bad hair. Many girls experiment with different hairstyles and hair colors. One day they may be a brunette and the very next day they could become a redhead. It all depends on their mood and how they're feeling at the moment. Slight changes in hair color can really be flattering on a woman, but some girls go a little too far when trying to change their look. For example, this photo of Ivanka getting all gothic on us. The businesswoman showed up to the Met Gala and decided to get edgy with her look to fit the event's punk theme. But instead of rocking some dark eye makeup and maybe throwing on a black wig, Ivanka showed up with these horrible green streaks in her hair and matching green contacts. She came across just a little too dry, hard while not trying hard enough, if that even makes sense. 6. Inappropriate outfits. That moment you realize your mom's not like a regular mom, she's a cool mom. 14-year-old Ivanka was dragged out to yet another industry event with her socialite mother Ivana. Most children get embarrassed of their parents at some point, but you know Ivanka wanted to run and hide under a rock when she saw her mom step out in this outfit. That gold-weaved dress and the piece of silk tied around her neck are proof that having money can't buy you fashion sense. And what was the point of Ivana even bringing that baby purse with her? What could she possibly fit in there? When this photo was taken, cell phones were the size of bricks, and everyone paid for everything using a checkbook. Neither of those things could fit in that tiny, microscopic handbag. Now, onto Ivanka. Is she showing some tummy or is that a nude-colored top? It's hard to tell. Either way, she doesn't look nearly as bad as her mother in this photo. 5. Biker. Damn, Donald, back at it again with the creepy poses with his own daughter? The president-elect and Ivanka attended the grand opening of the Harley-Davidson Cafe in 1993. Donald is all decked out in a suit, and he has Ivanka dressed up like a mini biker babe with the full denim outfit, stockings, and I'm pretty sure those are high heels on her feet. I'm not going to knock Ivanka too much for this photo, because what little girl doesn't like to play dress up? The reason why Ivanka doesn't want you to see this picture is because her dad is up to his usual baloney. This man has a love for placing his hands on his daughter's waistline, doesn't he? This isn't the first nor the last time he has been pictured getting all handsy with Ivanka. The way they're posing is even a little suspect. 4. Those boots. Ivanka is back on her dad's lap, but at least she's not giving him a dance this time round. Instead, she's all sprawled out with one leg kicked over his lap, while planting a kiss on his cheek. It's a sweet and innocent photo, and it really shows the love between the two of them. The look on Donald's face says it all. He definitely loves his baby girl. But that's not the issue here. The issue is those boots. Both Donald and Ivanka are dressed casually until you scroll down and all of a sudden, it's like, hello, boots. They're so shiny, so huge, so patent. We're convinced she borrowed the footwear from her mum, or Marla, or whichever lady was in Donald's life at the moment. As an adult, Ivanka stands at 5'11", so it's likely she was also very tall as a child, but I just can't get over how big her feet look in this photo. It's like she's wearing two shiny snowmobiles on her feet. Oh, hold up a second. I just noticed Donald's right hand is on Ivanka's butt. So much for a sweet and innocent photo, right? 3. There go those hands, again. Do you think Ivanka looks back on this photo and cringes? We sure would if we were her. Another loving father-daughter moment is ruined by those damn hands. It's like they have a mind of their own. They just start wandering and creeping all over the place without any regard for what may be deemed inappropriate. But before we get down to why Ivanka doesn't want you to see this photo, can we just admire how chic she looks? She's wearing the heck out of that gold and white outfit. Her gold jewelry is poppin' and that mini Chanel is giving me life, okay? Now, onto the creepiness. If you look closely, you can see that Donald's hand is under her left sleeve. Can someone explain why? Is he trying to tickle her? Trying to keep his hand warm? Checking to see if she's wearing deodorant? I need answers, people. 2. Good girl gone bad. Ivanka is usually quite poised, cool, calm and collected. Not much ruffles her feathers. She's basically the complete opposite of her loud and boisterous father, or so we thought. This photo was taken during Ted Cruz's speech at the 2016 Republican National Convention, and it looks like Ivanka left her good girl act at the door. Ivanka can be seen pointing angrily and getting all hyped and nutty, while her siblings Eric, Donald Jr. and Tiffany look on. Ivanka was a strong supporter of her father during his campaign, and we admire her for flipping the switch on us. It's nice to see a different side of her, don't you agree? But one thing is for sure, we wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that tongue lashing. We're pretty sure Ivanka probably cringes whenever she sees this photo online. It's not one of her best moments, but it's definitely not her worst, either. 1. This cannot be unseen. At this point, I'm immune to Donald's creepiness, so the first thing that popped into my mind when I saw this photo was, what Arthur C.E.E. Ivanka, honey, those sandals have got to go, okay? They should have never made it into your shopping bag, you should have never taken them home, and you should have never put them on your feet. They're giving me orthopedic vibes. I'm gagging right now. Like, seriously. On top of that, this photo that cannot be unseen is the epitome of all things that are wrong with this father-daughter connection. Again, Ivanka is resting on her dad's lap. Can someone get this girl a chair, please? Next, she's caressing his face and I can't stop screaming, WTF. Because not only is her hand resting underneath his chin, but the way she's gazing at him is just odd. Ivanka couldn't have been more than 15 or 16 in this photo, but her skirt is just a little too short for a father-daughter photo, don't you agree? And then there's Donald just sitting there like he's the man. So friggin' weird.